Demented forever. Jamie, Brian, Bagman. Horror fans unite. One of us. One of us.
And welcome to this week's episode of Demented Forever. I'm
Yeah, yay for us and you.
I'm here with
Mostly you.
Brian, the director, and Mike, the bagman, and this is a special episode because we have a very cool guest, which we
A
will get
very special
into
episode of Demented Forever.
in just a few minutes. But first, subscribe. Hit subscribe. If you are listening on Spotify, hit the follow button, and we're all on all social media platforms under Demented Forever Pod. So give us a follow. And so before we bring out our special guest, how's your week? How was your week? It's Friday.
Well, Mike, I'll just let me start this off by saying, holy shit, was that fucking riveting, Jamie? You know,
I was going to.
I always wanted a co-host that could move me, and I'm so glad I have not been moved yet. But anyway,
Well,
Mike, how's it
that's a
going?
great joke right there, but all right.
I was going to use the word riveting, and I completely freaking forgot.
It's all right. You dropped the ball. I picked up the crack rock. But Mike,
Oh.
what's the deal?
Well, I hit a couple of sales, so that was cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you? What'd you get in the what's in the bag?
Well, no, it was what is it? Samuel Grant bourbon whiskey, so that means it's made in America. And
Nice.
And this one, which I'll open now.
You got the Jim Beam pineapple.
Pineapple.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So yeah, my week is complete.
So before we get into the fun stuff, last night I got shit faced and I had the worst hangover of my life. And up until like the last 2 hours, I feel brand new. So I'll
Where
be
did
with
you go? Did you go to a bar or something? Or
No. My friend works for a wrestling company called AEW. It's like one of the biggest competitor ones. And they came to town, and then he asked me if I wanted to go. He gave me a front row seat. So I was just down there chilling, and then it was a open bar because I had the yeah. So then I just and it was all craft tall boys.
All I have to say is there's no more open bar after you, right?
I had, dude, no shit. I had like 10 of those. It was bad. Like that was like 9% alcohol every single one. And I just kept crushing it.
Did you just sit at the bar the whole time?
No, well, you know, I said they had someone bring it to you.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow. That's Brian's in heaven. And
yeah, I am.
That's we're all on brand there.
Yeah, obese heaven. I'm here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Actually, we were drinking yesterday too.
We were
Right.
Well, it started
Afterwards.
off afterwards. We started off doing some filming locations for the channel. We were in Haddonfield.
Yeah.
We recorded this stuff or filmed this stuff about a year ago, but we didn't have microphones. So we went back and filmed it again with mics, which obviously makes it a whole lot better.
Yeah,
and then
you can hear.
Yeah, you can hear. And we ended up at the Buccaneer.
Nice.
And we have to go back because we didn't shoot there. We got there a little late, so we'll just have to go back there and drink again.
Classic Mike.
Earlier.
Always not on time.
That's weird.
But you know, you did say something great about filming locations, and it's just so funny that you said that, Jamie.
I know, because our guest today got an amazing YouTube channel. He's a great guy with a very cute dog, Scott on Tape. He is your pop culture tour guide. So
there he is.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Mr. On Tape.
Wow. What? Oh yeah, that's right, Mr. On Tape. Thank you.
Is that French Canadian? What is On Tape?
On Tape would be.
On
French. On Tape.
I knew it.
You were so close.
Yeah. I know. I should have used an accent.
It's pure Anglo. Yeah.
That's
What's up? What are you in? Are you landing in a helicopter, Mike? I love him with the glasses. I guess you're piloting the helicopter.
Yeah.
You're Gabe Brackett. I love it.
Yeah, it's so the FBI can't search him because you can't really tell his eye color or anything because of the bright lights on his face.
Give me some milk.
Yellow tinted.
Yeah,
No,
those are
No, that's just the hepatitis.
Oh wow.
These are clear. The orange glasses, the arm broke off the second pair, so I got to glue that back together and put it back on so Brian can.
Are those prescription?
No, these are just readers. 150
Well, yeah. So, but you need them to see.
to read or see
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
Mike, all you needed was some tape, and you could have been Mike on tape.
Mike on tape. Oh, the door. Oh, they're like locked at my Maple Leafs onesie. The door open. Oh wow.
Oh, was that? Yeah, I caught some of your live stream the other day on Sunday, and was like, and it was so cool to hear my other handle, Mike, that Mike show. I sent a couple questions. You were singing, and I asked if I could be your +1 to the Grammys because that
Was
gold.
that you?
That was me.
That was you. Yeah, I did it on Sunday, and it froze. And so I always do them Fridays at 8 Eastern time. My live chats usually when I'm in town, and it froze again tonight.
Weird.
So I literally threw my laptop across the room, and then I picked it up, and then I said, okay, let's start over. And I said, I went back into the chat without showing myself. I said, okay, I'll be live tomorrow night. So I went through my laptop inch by inch, cleared up all these movies from filming locations that I had back. Like it was like 100 gigs of all this like 90210 episodes and all this crap that I've been doing. And now it's running fine. I think.
Mine has not. If mine freezes, I'll be jumping on my laptop.
That's so funny. That was you though. I remember that.
Yeah, see, this is what Mike does. Mike, he makes like fake accounts and
Fake
like
accounts,
like the spam profiles, and
Yeah,
that's how he
even though
finds
I-
victims.
What was the name of the account? What was the name?
That Mike show. I've had that for
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I had no clue.
many years.
Did I say I would take you to the Grammys?
You said something hilarious, but you were getting a lot of questions, so I got acknowledged twice, and I was happy. 2 out of 4.
Mike, did he fucking say yes or no to the Grammys? Answer the
Uh,
question.
It was a probably, which
It was
I'll
maybe.
I would take you to the Grammys.
yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
you know what? American Music Awards. I don't know about the Grammys. Let's go.
Like,
Let's do that.
yeah,
There you
let's work our way up. I
Yeah,
guess.
we gotta work away. People's
Yeah.
Choice Awards, maybe.
It's okay, or one of those non-televised ones,
Right.
So, yeah, that they
Did
have
you know I
after the
stuck
big.
into the Golden Globes twice before they
What's that?
aired? Yeah, I think I have a video of it on my channel. When they have it at the Beverly Hills in there, both on the days of. Me and my
Oh,
friend Pete, 2 years in a row, we snuck in and filmed.
Nice. That's not easy.
It's so weird. It's so I think the first time they asked me to leave, the second time they didn't give a shit. They didn't care that I was walking around filming. So weird.
That's awesome.
Funny.
Yeah. It was fun.
Coolness.
So,
Noise.
question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been vlogging? Like, I mean, your channel's been around for what, 7, 8 years now?
8 years this week sometime. It was April.
Nice.
So April in the teens of 2017. I didn't
Wow.
realize
Congrats.
that's that.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna. I kept saying it's almost 8 years, but now it's been 8 years. Wow.
Whoa. Well, way to
Yeah.
kick ass.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
What did you start with?
You mean video
Oh.
or?
Yeah, you've got movie locations, you've got pop culture locations, and you've got a lot of grave sites. So, what did you originally start with?
I knew I was going to be doing filming locations. That was what I wanted to do the most. That was what I wanted to do the most. But I didn't know how to do anything. So I didn't know. So I did a
Not
test
stopping us.
video and. Well, it's all a learning process, right? You gotta start somewhere. And I did a test video with my friend and his girlfriend down in Florida. That sounds weird. It was outside. But,
Yeah.
well, that could be- and I said, take me to see some alligators because I love alligators and in the wild. And so he said, okay, you want to see some alligators? You can't understand words. He gets in the water, rolls his jeans up, starts tapping the water. These alligators come up. So I filmed it. And that was in 2016. So I had that video. So I said, okay, I'm going to finally put that up as the first video. Got like 4 people. I don't know. I can't remember. And then I said, okay, now I know how to get a video on YouTube. I can see it. It's there. And I flew to California and did a whole bunch of videos. And man, they were bad. But, I did a bunch. And then a few got watched. And then I think I went back to Florida, a few other places. Then I went back to California because I didn't realize, oh shit, people are watching and now I'm out of videos. I got to travel again. I'm that stupid. Like I didn't think about that. I was like, oh yeah, I got to go. Like I got to go film more. So I went and then I did I remember I was up near Jamie's place. I was in Burbank, like North Hollywood area, and I was about to go back to the hotel wherever I was staying, I think in Inglewood. And I was like, you know what? I got to go to Michael Jackson's grave and show people where it really is, because there's a lot of misinformation about where he is in the mausoleum. So, and I knew where he was, so I just went and talked for 20 minutes outside of the mausoleum, pointing at it. And then a couple months later, I was in Florida, and I was with the same friend and his girlfriend. We were sitting around, and my phone just going bing, 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 and the video just blew up. Like, just got like 50,000 views in like 2 hours, like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, we're due for that.
And I started getting all these subscribers. I was like, what is going on? Like, I was like, yep, this is it. Here we go. Money's coming. We're balling. And then flatline for about a year. But, you know, then it was, you know, it slowly crawled up. You know, that's how it was.
Working back then? Or was that,
Pardon?
were you working?
I was. Yeah. Yeah. So I was working a full-time job up until 2020. 2020 is when I went full-time on YouTube.
Nice.
I knew in 2019, to be honest, after 3 years, I was like, I think I could do this full time. Like, the money was okay. Well, I've never done it for the money, right? I just want to be able to make more and survive. So I think I can do this. And then COVID hit, and I was like, well, now I can't do anything. So I traveled across Canada and made videos, and surprisingly, people watched a lot of that stuff. So then, yeah,
that was great time. I mean, everybody was home and
everybody was home,
needing some sort of entertainment. So
everybody's home. I would go down and I would show the house that Meghan Markle lived in Toronto when she did Suits, when she filmed Suits here in Toronto. And I was like, well, no one's gonna watch this. And then like maybe 15,000 people did, you know, because they were like, oh, Meghan Markle's house.
Yeah.
And then I was doing Police Academy location, and it was so
Love
dead.
that.
I did so many film locations in Toronto. It was so dead. I remember this one day. It was a Sunday afternoon during the height of COVID, and down at University and King, which, if you know Toronto, it's like one of the busiest intersections, like in downtown Toronto. There was nobody on a Sunday afternoon. I parked my car in the middle of the intersection and got out to film and walked across the street just to see what would happen. And I remember filming the police guy, and I kept looking back at my car. I'm like, there's nobody like even like honking. There's nobody driving past me. It was like a zombie land.
Yeah.
So I just did a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah.
It's like when Jamie walked onto that Will Smith set.
Which Will Smith? Oh, did he hit you, Jamie?
I Am Legend. That's right.
I don't even know. I'm walking.
It was outside the building too that he slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the movie. I was just walking on Hollywood Boulevard, my headphones in, and I'm walking, and then I'm like, "That's Will Smith." And then I'm walking, and then I look, and I'm stopping. I'm like, I'm on a movie set, because they started pushing people out. But I'm just standing there. Nobody's saying anything to me. And I'm
probably like, you're part of the crew or a cast.
Yeah, and I was like,
she got past the PAs on lockdown.
Yeah,
that happens
Movie
every
crews
set
are
I'm
always
on.
wearing the beanies like you. They always have beanies on. So
maybe that's what. That's been my signature for so many years now.
Yeah. What movie locations were you guys doing yesterday? I saw the post on Instagram. You were doing Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween 1 and 2, or just
Halloween. Yeah. Because we were going to shoot at the Buccaneer as well, which was featured in Halloween 3, but we didn't get there early enough. So we had Robert with us too. Yeah, that too. We had Robert with us, and Robert knows the Halloween locations like the back of his hand, and like he has some really cool stories.
He's the one that did that one with you guys by the bench near Laurie Strobe's house.
Yeah, Robert 451. If you're
and who was the other? The other was that Vinyl? No, that wasn't Vinyl Steve. That was
Shan the Can was with us.
Who
today or yesterday?
Yes. So wait, what about? Oh, I thought that was who's the guy that was just on a few weeks ago?
Savage Scott.
Savage Scott.
That wasn't Savage Scott.
Oh, it was probably Vinyl Steve.
No, Vinyl Steve hasn't been on this podcast.
Oh, he has not been on this podcast. Who else has been on this podcast? Savage Scott, Robert,
Fonzo.
and Fonzo
13. Yeah.
Fonzo there. You guys got with Tommy Two Toes and Jimmy the Nick. Why are you guys in the mafia? How does everybody have a nickname?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I don't know. It's just that's how I was introduced.
You just
don't have one, Jamie. You don't have one. We got Brian the director. We got Mike the Bagman.
We got Blackout Drunk Brian.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Blackout drunk Brian.
Yeah, last night apparently.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
tempt me with a good time. Yeah.
Undateable Mike.
Well, that goes without fucking saying.
No,
Yeah.
you said, and this went uncovered kind of on the last one. You guys blew over. You said you're dating someone, Mike. You said
Is that when I made that
Yeah.
crack whore comment?
That
what I
is when you
You
made
made
the
you
horror
said
comment.
that, and
Yes.
then you guys kind of glossed over it. I was like, wait a minute, are we gonna not address that? Like, is she expensive?
Dating is expensive, and
Well, he
she
uses the coupons. You know?
I use the
As we all
coupons.
know.
She absolutely loves that you brought her up right now. Now I have to talk about her.
Good.
No, she's a
What's her name?
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah,
Aaron.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
With an A?
E.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, she sounds like a peach. Great.
Yeah, you described her well, man.
Yeah. Wow.
She's
Man.
a cutie.
Way with words.
Yes,
Mike.
she's
Uh-huh.
yeah. We've
Mike.
a few months now.
Where'd you meet her?
At the Barclay bar,
Where's
Shan
that?
the Cans bar. It's
Shan
in
the Cans.
South Pasadena. It's between the high school, the Haddonfield High School, and between the grade school
Oh,
from
shit.
Halloween.
Yeah, Mike usually picks up his ladies of the night, usually at the bar. So
Yeah, at the bars,
Someone-
but it's got to be near a shooting location.
As long as you didn't say, oh, at the high school. Okay, so you said near the high school. Okay, good.
he has some standards.
Yeah, it's like the high school. She's not that old.
What? Like a minute.
Oh
Be a
man,
teacher.
Mike's
Be a
cooking
teacher.
already. We're
Be
only
a teacher. No,
There's
Aaron.
yeah, let's
okay.
Moving on.
Yes. Okay.
moving
Yeah.
on, because that's
Yeah, she
so
hasn't brought that up yet. I wonder if she's even heard that one yet. She listens to these just like you do, Scott.
Good.
I don't
Well,
know
so
why.
listen.
She
Now,
says
Mike,
I
I
have
have
a sexy
I have
voice.
a
I do
question
not.
for
I
you,
do not.
Mike, specifically. Mike, I have a technical question for you
Oh boy.
because you are the Friday the 13th fan. Brian and I are the Lost Boys fans.
I'm the Halloween fan first.
I thought
I
you were
just-
Friday the 13th first.
I'm Halloween first. Jamie just got the Jamie's Nightmare on Elm Street, but she got the Halloween Jamie picture in the opening credits because it just worked, and
Mm.
I got Jason because of how similar we are in looks and repetitiveness. But it's
We'll get
Halloween first.
We'll get into the repetitiveness in a sec. But Jamie's a Nightmare on Elm Street fan because Jamie, controversial take. You know, I don't like pretty much any of the Nightmare on Elm Street films except wait for it, the reboot. I love the reboot. I know.
That's not even Jamie good.
Hot take, controversial, go.
Wow.
I prefer the reboot to all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Scott on
Why,
Scott
did
on
you
tape,
get good
I
sleep?
don't even know what is going. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
I know.
Maybe they aired a better version in Canada.
Well, I did. I definitely saw.
Maybe it's a different
I
movie.
definitely saw the American version as well, because there was no A's in it, and I saw because I had to download because I did all the locations for it in Chicago. I think was it Chicago or I think it was Chicago. Yeah, it's filmed in Chicago.
was?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it's filmed in Chicago.
I knew that. My
But my
hometown.
question for you, Mike. Anyway, so you know Friday 13th. So here's the DVD box set, right? This one, I don't know where it's from. Do you know where this is from?
That's a Shout Factory. And
This
my
is
buddy,
Shout-
my buddy Devin did the art on that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So there's one missing. I think it's in my other room. Where
Exactly.
Crystal Lake Memories, the 6-hour DVD. There's a 6-hour documentary called Crystal Lake
Yeah.
Memories.
Oh,
Official-
it's
official comparison?
13 hour. It's an hour each up 12. It's an
It's not
hour.
quite- it's not in here, is it?
It's not in there. No, it's 13 hours because they talk about the series as well. It's about an hour for each movie. And it's great. I love it.
How do I? And the book, it was like $80 for a hardcover book. I was like, okay. I was looking the other day, but
It was expensive?
where do I find the movie? I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere.
Huh. You'll have to check the eBay because I bought mine.
The
I bought
eBay.
mine years and years ago. I've got that Blu-ray
Okay.
slip covered with autographs.
Was it on? Is it on Tubi though?
Is it?
It was on. It was on some. It was on one of those.
It's not on YouTube. There's a weird one on YouTube that's 6 hours long, but it's not. I forget what it's called. His name is Jake.
His name was Jason. I think that's the one where Warrington Gillette says like he did all those stunts and like what he just lied. He's a liar.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I was watching a bit of it the other day. But there was a 6.
Crystal Lake Memories is on eBay.
It is on eBay. What are we looking
What's
at? How
the-
much?
Looks like the lowest is 40. Highest
Oh.
is 300.
Wow.
What's so
crazy.
exclusive about this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
6
it
hours.
was
I mean,
well
what's
done.
12 hours? 6 hours. Wow.
Yeah, it's long.
It's worth it though. It's just
Yeah.
it's that and like the I know you don't like the Elm Street movies, but they the Never Sleep Again documentary is
That was great.
really good too. So it just goes into depth with everything, and then you hear behind the scenes things
Right.
that we haven't heard before, which is really cool. You heard it firsthand from the actors and themselves. So I definitely
think
check it out.
I think I like the first Elm Street, to be honest. I do, but I don't remember much of it other than Depp in the bed, and then the door shot, and then of course the famous alleyway. Which I've
Yeah.
never.
I
been-
just can't believe that you like the
Yeah.
reboot over everything.
I know it's so weird.
You got to be
I-
careful. Next time you're here, she's going to Clockwork Orange you and make you watch them all again.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
maybe
thought you,
maybe
I
Dream.
thought you, I
Sorry?
thought you were which one? Dream Warriors?
Dream Child, but I don't know. Dream Warriors, okay.
Well, there is both.
Yeah.
Dream Warriors is part 4. That's the first one I ever saw.
Part 3. Dream
Part
Warriors,
3,
Part 3.
Chief.
Dream-
Yeah.
3. I saw Dream Master. That's the first one I saw. I'm going to shut up. Somebody else say something.
There's a
Cool,
hit
I will.
Yeah,
No,
but-
I never really liked Freddy. The only one I liked was Dream Warriors. That was it.
Dream Master.
I like Freddy versus Jason. That was cool.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was the best Jason.
Did they
What?
shoot that up by you? Was that
No, they
Canada?
shot that well in Canada, but they shot it the other side. I did those locations in 2020. Yeah, they shot that all. Wait, Freddy vs. Jason. So I'm gonna because I did Jason Takes Manhattan at the same time. Freddy vs. Jason was in northeast of Vancouver. Jason Takes Manhattan was in Vancouver and northwest up the coast. Yeah. Oh, there was a lot of Freddy vs. Jason. There's a few things. Oh yeah, the where they're all being held, the kids or whatever. I think right.
Oh, yeah, the
That's
institution.
that was in either Happy Gilmore or Halloween Resurrection, maybe.
Never heard of
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
I love Resurrection. Oh, man,
Ew!
I
It's a
know.
guilty pleasure, right?
I know.
it. Yeah.
It's bad,
Yeah.
it's good. It's bad, it's good.
I
You know
think
what
it's good. I mean, give me Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks any day. You know me. I love I love hip hop. So Busta Rhymes, come on. I love it.
Oh,
love
yeah.
it. I
Trust
was
me,
with my
it's a
friend
guilty
last night.
pleasure.
We were out. He's got a horror podcast. We were talking, and he was wearing a Crazy Ralph t-shirt. And
You're all doomed.
well, going to Camp Blood, ain't ya? He was wearing it, and he was like, "Which is your favorite Halloween?" Which one? He was just asking me to rank them, and then so I ranked them, and he's like, "You don't like 4, 5, or 6, but you like Resurrection." I'm like, "Yeah,
Valid question.
yeah." But I'm with you on the zombie ones. Who gives a shit?
All right.
Okay, you've gained some points back for that one.
Mhm.
It did film in Chicago earlier to the earlier.
The reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The school was really weird. It was like in a very industrial by the docks area, and it was like an office, but they like a small 1-level office building, but they made it look like a school. So I was like, I don't have to get permission to film outside of here. Like I don't care. So they all came out and were watching me. They're like, "What are you doing?" Because their windows are right there. And I said, "Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street filmed here." They had no clue. They had no.
Oh,
clue.
really?
Yeah, they had no clue. No, because it's the reboot and nobody cared except me. I think.
Yeah. Well, I did because my friend was in it.
Oh, really? That's cool. Which
Yeah.
part?
What did he play? Jesse Thomas Decker.
Thomas
Yeah,
Decker.
Jesse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think he gets killed in a jail cell or something, right?
Yeah.
I woke up for that.
You woke up for that. Also, the Crystal Lake Memories is on AMC Plus. It's streaming
AMC
on that.
Plus?
Yeah.
My audio okay? Is it better, Jamie?
Does that sound like it's on, Brian?
I
Just,
mean, it's been fine the whole time.
Thomas Decker. Let me see.
What was he on? He was in that
He was John
Chron-
Connor in the Short
Chronicles of Sarah
Oh,
Connor.
this guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
well, what's been your you've been filming for so long, and you've done a mixture of things like different topics for your channel. Like as far as movie locations, what's something that you want to film that you haven't yet?
There's one that's I'm actually okay. The one I can't say because I finally got to it or
Got it.
going to it. So that's a big one for I think horror fans. It's I ask 30% filmed. So when I'm in LA in a couple of months, I'll finish it. In terms of other ones, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I've got a lot filmed. I think Jamie, I told you that before. Like I've got almost 150, maybe more videos filmed that I haven't put up yet. So when I go on my filming trips, I'm as soon as I get up, I'm not an early riser, but as soon as I'm up filming till the sun goes down. So I film a lot of videos, bank them. So I've got a lot of filming locations I put up. Film locations are the hardest to edit. They're the most tedious. You know, they're very tedious to edit. So, and they're risky. Sometimes you get a lot of views, sometimes you won't. You know, I film them because I like them, but you want to get, if you work to be hard, you want to get the views. Like something like Straight Outta Compton, one of my favorite movies, I just did on a whim. Like I did Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. I went to every specific location. They did great. And then Straight Outta Compton and Friday, I remember those 2 days. I was just like, oh yeah, I should do those while I'm here. One day while I was in Compton. And Straight Outta Compton was filmed all over LA, but Friday was filmed right down there. I just did them on a whim, and they both got like 250,000 views.
Wow.
You never know. And then I do something else that I think I film a location that I think is going to be okay. People are going to love this. What did I just put up? I can't remember. And like nobody, like nothing, like nothing. So you never know. So when this comes to ones that I haven't done, there's only like, to be honest, it's more overseas. Like I want to do Hostel and I want to do Train Spotting.
Oh, okay.
Those are my two big ones that I still want to do. Hostel for sure, 100%. And Train Spotting would be a dream because I love that movie to death.
Yeah. No, good luck to that. Good luck to that.
Yeah, horror movies, I mean, and then I think, and I've done so you'll see, I think I've done 10 of the 12 Friday the 13th. Right, there's 12, right?
Yep.
12 in total. So I've done 10 of them. Right? I've done 9 because you can't do Jason X. Jason X was filmed here in Toronto, completely on a soundstage, which I got to visit when they filmed it because my friend Boyd Banks played the pilot that gets killed. And he was in a student film I did. We hired him to be a whatever, so he let us come on the set. It was really cool. And then I don't want to do Jason Goes to Hell because I hate it so much, but
you like the reboot of Elm Street, and
I know, Mike.
But that is a worse movie than both of them put together.
Like it's like Jason Goes to Hell.
That's one missing because you threw it in the trash, right?
No, it's like boom. That new DVD smell.
Look at that.
It's never been opened.
First time, huh?
It's back. But
man,
so there's a few I still want to do, but in terms of horror movies, I'd have to think hard. I spent a week filming one a year ago, which is a pretty big horror movie that nobody's ever done because it's hard. It takes place over 3 states, and it filmed in 3 states and in the most remote locations. So I dragged a buddy of mine, Randy from Randomly Randy, and we went on a week-long road trip and I did them all. So, and I haven't edited it yet, but that was like on my bucket list. Candy cane.
Did you do My Bloody Valentine?
No, Sean hasn't done that either yet because that's Sean and I've talked. Sean Clark, your buddy, we've talked extensively about doing it, but he's like, I'm gonna go, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it's not like coming to Toronto, or it's not like going to Vancouver because it's far east, and then once you get off the plane, it's another 2 or 3 hour drive to where they filmed it. Like and it's pretty remote little town from what stuff, but Sean, I know Sean loves that movie, so
yeah,
he'll do it.
But, yeah, it's cool.
I love, like, Sean and I've done a ton of horror locations together, and he's always like, well, maybe don't you want to do this, or don't you want to? I'm like, fuck no, I'll just come along and I'll be in it or not be in it, but I get to see them, and then you can go and edit it.
All right. There you go.
That's the move.
Fun for me. Like we rented out the Halloween H2O mansion together last year, I think it was.
That's
they
so
flew-
cool.
Yeah, we rented it out for 2 nights. It was crazy. So he did H2O when I did Scream 3. And
Oh, it's the same place. Okay.
yeah, same place. So it's
Oh,
what's
shit.
the director's name, from Scream 3 at the end. So and then he's like, okay, when I'm ready, and it takes him months to edit. So he's like, when I'm ready, you'll be ready. I'm like, yeah. Just let me know. And then one day he called me and goes, okay, mine's going up in the morning. And I'm like, what the you take months to edit? And all of a sudden I had to throw mine together really fast. But they actually filmed them. I'm a big REM fan, and they filmed an REM video in the main room there, and that just took up all my time. I just was matching up shots in the video for 2 days straight. So
Yeah.
I would walk by with Chris Duran, who played Michael Myers, and hey, what are you doing? I'm just thinking about REM. I say, okay, you're an idiot.
All right. Heard that.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't. This was not a horror movie, but I absolutely loved your Footloose shooting locations.
Thank you.
And for some reason, as a kid, I didn't notice this, but I noticed it watching your video. That like the bad guy, the dude, he's got a shotgun in his pickup window. Was he like a high school student, like driving a shotgun to school?
You talking about Laurie Singer's, the one that hits her? No, I think he's supposed to be an older boy in town.
Gotcha.
They don't really establish if he goes to that school.
Yeah,
they don't really establish that at all in the movie. And also, I think I said it in that I actually filmed randomly. Randy, who's in, I think he's in that video with me.
I think so.
That's the same road trip that I did the other horror movie. We ended up in Salt Lake City, and then I had permission from the high school to film in there, which is really
cool.
I mean, amazing. And then I'm glad you watched it, because I thought that would do better. That's another one that I was like, I thought that would do really well, because nobody really went into the school, and the principal came. I reenacted the dance with the principal. I mean, oh, come on, what do you want, people? And then a few people, it was good to watch it, but it was fun to do. It's fun for me to dance around in the same place where Kevin Bacon danced.
Yes. And also, how close were you to getting your hair feathered when you went to Utah to do that?
Well, I don't have because of the mohawk and the shaved sides, I don't have a lot of hair, but I've got a giant wig collection, so
okay,
I would get one of those feathered and wear.
Yeah, we call that a missed opportunity. So
I love it.
Just redo the video, but loved it. Your Back to the Future one. I want to do those sites as well, but and. I don't know if I should be admitting this, but I'm not sure what I should think when I was watching your Back to the Future video, because I actually recognized the peeping tree. It's like, oh,
wait, which Back to the Future one? Where I did Michael J. Where I did this? Which?
Well, you were doing the particular scene was the when his dad falls out of the tree.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
that
that's because I've actually filmed every location from Back to the Future. The only thing I didn't do was get into Whittier High School, which my friends just recently did. But I'll never put that's gone. Like, I mean, I had the footage of every location, but I'll never put it together. To be honest, I'm not a Back to the Future fan, and my friends that are movie location nerds hate me for that. They're like, "What?" Like, I like Teen Wolf. I'm sorry, it's a better movie, and his name is Scott in the movie, so it's cooler, and he turns into a wolf. I don't want to have the time. I want to turn into a wolf.
Yeah,
so
Scott Wolf.
I did enjoy seeing that street. I mean, I've been to that street a million times, as you guys have as well. So I did do that video with somebody. I can't remember who I did it with, but yeah, we were talking about the tree, and then the old school house, Teen Wolf house, Back to the Future house, another Back to the Future house.
Yeah, it's one hell of a block.
It's crazy. What's that street called? Adam loves that street. My friend Buddy, he loves it. I forget what that street's called.
I'll have to watch your video, because I forgot to write it down, because I want to go there.
Mike's peeping videos. That's he likes.
You've never been there, Mike?
I probably have. I just didn't realize it.
You guys go to Pasadena a lot.
Yeah, I'm in there. In fact, so when I'm leaving errands or the Barkley late at night, like where I get on the 110, that's like I had no idea. Jack Nance, a Racerhead, common David Lynch collaborator. I did not know right where I turn left onto the 110 is the building is where he died.
Where he died, and the donut shop right across the street where he got beat up.
Yeah, I was like, what? All this time? That's because he died what, in the 90s? It's been a long time.
Late 90s. Geez, when did I do that video? That was about a year and a half ago. I don't know when he died. Late 90s, early 2000s.
He's been gone a while.
Not a while. Yeah.
But I thought he was very endearing in Twin Peaks. And
Oh yeah.
I looked it up. Oh man, he's gone.
Yeah. What a way to go. I mean, that's a crazy. It's a crazy. That's why I covered it, because it's a great. You know, like not a lot of people know who he is, but you know, Twin Peaks fans and horror fans will. You know, David Lynch fans know who he is, but the story itself is pretty crazy.
Indeed. And wow. Oh, do you prefer? Do you have a main preference of the videos you shoot? Because like you do a lot of the grave sites, which I love. I loved. I'm going to age myself here, but the Raymond Burr and the Leslie Nielsen gravesite videos.
Dude, well, you know what? That's so funny you mentioned that. Not the Leslie Nielsen, thank you, but the Raymond Burr. Somebody asked me about something the other day, and I said, let me check. And let me check if I did that. I forget. I was talking to my friend Aaron from Aaron's Nerd Locations. We were talking about stuff, and I said, let me see if I can't, because I've done like, you know, like filmed, edited or uploaded 1,300 videos. And then I'll tell you a funny story about that. And then I've got, like I said, 150, maybe 200 I haven't put up. And then probably about another 100 that are going to be scrapped. But I looked and I saw the Raymond Burr one. I was like, Raymond Burr? When did I go to Raymond? And I was like, oh, that rainy day in Vancouver. Of course, it's rainy in Vancouver. Who knew? But yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Raymond Burr one, you know, I thought, you know, people would want to see that. So I'm glad you liked it.
Perry Mason. Ask your grandparents, folks. Perry Mason. What's the wheelchair one? Ironside.
Ironside.
And he was
yeah,
on
like as a kid
Godzilla.
out of the 80s, you remember your parents watching these shows and stuff like that, right? Of
Yeah,
course.
my grandma and aunt watched Perry Mason, which is
Yeah, my
why I've
grandpa
been
watched
watching
that.
it the last year on
So here's-
Amazon.
So I'll just tell you quickly. So Fred Runberry, you know, from What's Happening. We're talking about, you know, we love Rerun. So I went out and did his grave. I think it was around September of last year, maybe. I was in LA for like 4 days for an event. So I drove over to Hollywood Hills, did a couple of videos, and it was very windy, and there was a service going on not too far from his grave. So I filmed, but I was like, damn it, a little windy, you know, like the wind was really messing up the mics and everything. And there was a service nearby. Filmed the video. And then this old guy that walks around the cemetery, sounds creepy, but he's really nice. His name is Cliff. He always seems to be there when I'm there. He came up to me and said, and I'm like, hey, Cliff, what? He lives way up north, like up near Sunland, like the ET house area. And he just comes down because he's got his wife there and his family, and he recognizes me from me and him walking around. Anyway, so I filmed him, but he had some stuff to say about Rerun. And then Mike's gone.
Uh-oh. He disappeared.
Where is the baggie?
He stormed out.
I guess he was upset.
Well, since Mike's gone, I did love the 90210 videos. I saw those years ago, and I fucking love those. I was so into Beverly Hills 90210.
Right? It's a great show. Like it's a great show. I'm trying to I'm contemplating starting to watch it over again. I've seen it obviously in its original run and once or twice since, but now I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm starting to forget certain, plot points and seasons even.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I should watch this over again because I love it so much. But yeah, I've done a lot of 90210. The only thing I haven't really done for 90210 is CU, the university. I haven't done any of those locations, but it's just a trip going to Torrance High School, going to, West Beverly. It's crazy.
That's what's so cool. That's why I really love watching your videos, because some of this stuff I completely forget about. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I loved 90210 when I was younger.
Right.
And it makes me go, oh my God, I completely forgot about this, and
Right.
then you start looking it up and maybe watching a few episodes here and there. Just, reminds you of being a kid. And so I really
Totally.
appreciate it, especially with like the graveyard stuff, because there's certain places that I would love to visit, the people that have passed, that I'm never gonna be able to visit their grave. And it's just kind of one of those things where you're there for us, like you're there as far as like in place of us that would love to be there, paying your
Right.
respects. So, appreciate that. It's that's why I love those videos. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you. No, because I take that, I take that to heart. I take it seriously because a lot of people say that to me, that I'm not going to be able to get there for whatever reason. And so I take it seriously when I go to grave sites. And no, I don't get any flack or any hate about it, which is great. And I would always say, I think I've said a couple times, like, you do know most people that have existed want to be remembered. It's not weird to film someone's grave site because it's there, that the plaque is there for you to read. So it's okay to put it on YouTube or TV or whatever. Like, in my mind, like, it's like, well, people want to be remembered. Although my headstone's going to say Scott on Tate, date of birth, date of death. Do not fill my grave.
Well, hopefully that's many, many, many years from now. But
Yeah.
If that happens, we'll make sure to do a Demented Forever episode there for you.
Please, yeah. I already told there's a couple of YouTubers said, "Can I film your grave when you die?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I promised a few people. So it's whoever gets there first.
Got it. I love
I'll
it.
give it to you, Jamie. You and Pat go.
Yeah.
You got to get Pat out of LA for a while.
Oh, I know. He's getting better, but yeah, it's just it gets a little crazy out here, and I think
Yeah, I know. I was on the phone with him last week or two. I don't know. It was a couple days after I arrived in Florida a few weeks ago. We were on the phone for like an hour. He needed to vent. It was a
oh
great,
man.
yeah.
No,
If
but
people
that's
don't know,
always
Pat's like my first LA friend, the first real friend I made in LA. I had a
That's cool.
couple of people I knew when I came out there, sort of. And then Pat, I think I wrote to him about one of his Batman videos, shocker. And then he said, "Yo, anytime you're in LA, let's meet up." So we met up and we hit it off. We've filmed a million things together, and we've been in love and out of love, and you name it.
Yeah, going to Jack in the Boxes together. Yeah,
Yep.
all those. all
We've
those-
done it all. Mike, where were you?
My internet's gone out and testing a hotspot for the first time ever on my phone. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, you're hotspotting well. So I'm going to finish my rerun.
Rerun.
For you.
This is the
Just
only
quick.
thing I can do from his dance. That's the only move I
We
got.
did he did that. I can't even do it. But I filmed it, but I hated it. I was like, this sucks because I got all the information, but it was too windy and it was just anyway. So I went back in December when I was there filming a movie that's coming out soon. We'll get into that if you want. We'll promote that. And then I filmed the video. So I filmed it, great sound, all that, perfect. Da 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 da. I was like, okay, I got the video done. Didn't see Cliff. I was like, okay, whatever. Filmed it, and then I was like, okay, I gotta work on this. So I put it up. So I edited it, put it all together, all the clips and all that. So then what I do is, Jamie, as I was telling you about what I search for on YouTube to tag it, I search after I've done the video how to tag it. So I wrote Fred Runberry. And the first video that popped up was a grave visit by me. So I'd already edited my old one and put it up. I was like,
That's something I would do if I could edit.
that's something you would do, Mike. That is. But it's crazy.
Memory's not.
I was like,
always
what?
the greatest.
When did I put? So it just, that's a sign of something happening.
Well, I mean, you even said you've got a lot of footage and things that you are still in the middle of editing, so it's not kind of shocking that
But
can
to have
happen.
put it up and not even remember. And I was shocked at that. I was like, wow, dude.
Have you ever? I mean, you've touched a little bit on. That I love the paranormal stuff and whether or not you believe in it. But you went to the Sally house. I saw that video. It didn't look like you really had any crazy things happen.
I was just there like a week ago. I don't know if you know. I was there 2 years ago, right?
Yes, that was a video I saw.
So I was driving from a small town in Missouri to Topeka last week, and I was driving through. All of a sudden, I see the signs for Atchison. I'm like, Atchison? Huh. And I kept driving. I was like, oh, Sally house. Then I looked up to my right, up that big hill. I was like, I got to go see Sally. So I got out of my car with bare feet, mind you, because I was driving barefoot and just did a quick Instagram videos. But no, I stayed there, and there was some, the mics I put all around the house, they turned off. That was weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was weird shit. I don't know. It's by the time I was ready to go to sleep, because you had to be out at like 8 a.m. That was their rule. Yeah, it's like $300 to stay overnight. You have to be out by 8. Yeah, you have to be out by 8 a.m. You can't use the shower. You can't sleep in any of the beds. You can't use the oven.
I better be getting a handy from a ghost if I'm paying $300 a night.
Thank you. Yeah, I used my left hand. I pretended. And it was
Well, hopefully it was under a sheet.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
like, he's like, darn.
So I was just like, by the end of it, I was like, so I'd gone to, I slept on a couch, but I went to the Walmart nearby and bought like a sleeping bag or whatever, and I tore some pillows off one of the Sally's bed, and I was like, "Fuck you, Sally! Like, I need some pillows."
Just like the song.
And I slept, and I got up the next morning, and I used their shower, and I used their towels, and I left them to dry, and I was like, what are you gonna do? Like, sue me now because I used
Yeah.
your shower? Like for that amount of money?
That's
You better
very
let me shower the next one.
Just
And I-
stand in the middle of the room for $300.
It was bizarre, but I was out by whatever time. But yes, so there was some weird stuff. I mean, the axe murder house, Valeska, that's not too far from there. I really hit it off with the owner, and she wanted me to stay the night. That sounds weird again. She's 90, but she was like, "I wish you could have, it would have been a creepy experience for you." But yeah,
Well,
so
you didn't sleep with her, so there you go. You missed out.
not yet, Mike.
Come on, dude. This is good internet.
Not yet.
Not
Well,
yet.
what about hitting something like Myrtle's Plantation? I think that's
What's
in
that?
Louisiana. It's
Is
in
it
like
Tell me about
it's in Louisiana. It's one of the most haunted plantations. Check out the Unsolved Mysteries episode about it. I think
Okay.
you would enjoy it. I
Myrtle's
think
Plantation.
I think Ghost Adventures was there. There's just been a lot of people that have covered it, but
Right.
I would love to see you do it. Because are you a believer or are you a skeptic?
I'm a skeptic, 100%.
And that's why I would love to see you go there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things that I believe in, but I get people's like side eye of like, because there's questions of, is it
Mhm.
us projecting energy? Is it us that's doing something? I know when I'm in a location that somebody has told a story and I walk in and I might be kind of already on edge, like quote unquote, like freaked out. So
Right.
you're already projecting that your fear. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So if something happens, is it just me? So those are like questions that I've had. I mean, I've grew up in a haunted house, and I mean, there were some weird things that happened that I can't explain.
Look at
But
Brian's face.
huh?
Brian looks so skeptical.
But yeah, he's the same way, and like, but
He's
he's had things happen to him that he can't.
I
Explain.
know. I heard the story last week, right? Yeah.
And there's things that we don't talk about because it freaks him out.
Yeah, legit. When I was at work earlier, I thought I saw it again, but I didn't. But I was just I was pretty scared.
But that's
You know
what I
what you
mean.
Yeah. You know what you guys should do? You guys should go. Well, Brian, I know you're in. Are you in Boston or you're outside of Boston? You're in Boston.
Yep.
Are you a Boston Bruins fan?
I am.
Oh boy.
Any excuse to be a douche. He's a fan.
Celtics fan, Bruins fan. Yeah.
Other sports don't matter. Hockey's the only sport that matters. So you're a Bruins fan. So
Fuck you, Brian.
this is the only year that I can't, because you guys aren't in the playoffs, right? So like I can't. So I want to gloat, but Boston's had the Leafs number for the past 10 years, 12 years. But I hate the Boston Bruins so much, Brian. I hate them so much. I'm a huge Maple Leaf fan. And playoffs start on Sunday for the Leafs, but Bruins aren't in it for once. That's got to be wicked hard.
So it's wicked sad, kid. Wicked sad.
You guys in Boston love it when people do Boston accents to you, right? You love that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you should see like in the kindergarten rooms when they have the alphabet across the top of the wall. There's no R's, just skips.
Wicked hard. So you guys should go to the Omen house. You know David Omen?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you guys should film an episode there.
That would be fun. That would be really cool.
He'd love to have you.
Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. Like I think he was on Facebook first before I saw some stuff on YouTube. But he, for anybody that doesn't know, he purchased the land right across from the Tate house,
4 doors down from the Tate mansion where it used to be. Yeah,
where it used to be, and supposedly he has a lot of crazy things that have happened. But a lot of people have been there filming, and
yeah. Well, you're a believer, so I mean that's why I think a lot of people have been. I've been there many times. I was just there a few weeks ago when I was in LA. Like David and I have become good friends. He's a great dude. He's crazy, fucking batshit crazy. David, if you're listening, you're fucked up.
Go.
I love you, dude.
hey,
But-
you know what? You'd fit in with
Man.
us.
Yeah, so I think because you're a believer, even though a lot of people have been there, I think you would enjoy going there. I think
Oh yeah.
I think you would
Yeah,
enjoy
man.
going there and getting the whole experience walking around the house. I was on the phone with him 2 nights ago, and he's what Sharon? What? I'm like, tell Sharon that you're on the phone, please, because we're having conversations with Sharon Tate. Like, this is what we're dealing with here. He's great, though. I love David to death. You should
Cool.
go there.
I have a question.
Mhm.
First off, I loved your Alexander Goodnoff video. He's
Thank you.
Carl from Die Hard, folks. He's popular every around Christmas time, folks. He's
Mhm.
the last of the terrorists to die in that movie. So now you know who he is. Blonde guy dancer, ballet dancer. But great video. You should watch it. I didn't realize he died like just north of the Sunset Strip. But
Shoreline
okay,
Towers, right?
yeah,
Shoreline
something
Towers. Yeah,
like
something like
wow. And another tragic story there. But watch the video, Scott on Tape on the YouTube.
that. Thank you.
But Scott, okay, now how do you plan out your trips and where you're going and how far in advance do you do it? Like how do you do this? Because you're all over.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can do multiple, like if you're in LA, you can do multiple
LA's
locations and
LA's the easiest, right? Like LA's, there's never it's the heart of for pop culture, for everything, for fun stuff, and for dark, the dark side of Hollywood. It's got everything. So I'm coming back to LA for a few things in late May. I'm going to be there for a few things, and then I was like, well, I got to do. A friend of mine wants to go to do all the Kurt Cobain stuff in Seattle, Olympia, and Aberdeen, right? Which I've covered extensively as a Nirvana fan. I've done if Kurt walked somewhere, I filmed it. I've done it all. But she's so sweet. And I'm like, well, there's a few things I could probably think of to do. So we're gonna go stay at Kurt's house again for a couple of nights, and then from there fly to LA. So that's planned that way. But I don't know what I'm gonna shoot in LA yet, other than the events I'm going to. I know a couple of things. But like this last trip I went on, I flew to I just got back last week, so I flew to Florida first for 3 to 4 days. I had
don't
only
sell your
3.
house.
Pardon?
Don't sell your house.
No. I did like 3 videos 2 that I had planned, and one I came up with while I was there, and then I flew to Alabama to help my friend Charlie, who shot a new music video for Charlie Reese Music, which was great, and then that was about 3 days or 4 days. And then I flew to St. Louis, where I was for 10 days, which was just me back old school on the road by myself, no one beside me. And then I had a list of locations, Columbia, Columbia, Missouri. I can't say the name of town because I don't want to give it away. Wichita, Kansas, Branson. And I just went in a big giant semicircle, hit all the spots I wanted to, and drove back. So that's kind of how I plan it. So I've got Detroit. I always go to Detroit. I'll go maybe 2 or 3 nights in the summer. Chicago again this summer, your old home, and then New York in September. But then like last year when I did New York, I included finally Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, ones that I've been putting off for a while because I love Vermont, New Hampshire, but it's just you don't know if there's enough there, but there was. So yeah, it's hard to plan it, but like when you go somewhere like Chicago, that area, Indiana, there's always stuff. There's always gonna be new stuff and stuff I haven't done yet. Well, I've done a lot, but some stuff I'm like, well, I can't really do that, but I just did New Mexico for the first time.
That was that Dennis Hopper's grave?
Dennis Hopper, yeah.
I've never seen a cemetery like the one where Dennis Hopper is buried.
Right?
Folks, check out his video, Scott on Tape on YouTube.
Thank
Dennis
you, Mike.
Hopper.
I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that you watched that. Thank you.
I've never seen so many bandanas in one place.
Wasn't that wild?
They decorated his cross with and freaking Charles Bronson, one of my idols. I was like, you were looking at all the stuff that people left on his grave, and I was like, I would have put a bullet. And then you like, hey, there's some bullets here too. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. And then I went to his house, tried to get to his house, and then I was just like, as a Canadian, I'm not gonna trespass. But then I realized afterward, somebody wrote to me and said, no, you can go up that road. It's the next road. I was like, well, I wouldn't have been that much closer. But the Dennis Hopper one, that was really far to drive out of my way to go to on that New Mexico trip. Like it took an extra 6 hours, 3 there, 3 back. But I was like, I've got to see Dennis Hopper is great. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it was crazy looking, and I talked to the custodian of the cemetery on the phone a month earlier, and to make sure I could get in, because it's in a remote area, like in a trailer park surrounding it. I don't know if it's gonna be locked. No, there's no videos of it on YouTube that I had. I don't look for other videos, but I was kind of trying to figure out if I could get in. So looking for pictures. There's only like a few pictures, so there's no problem.
Wow, it was great. Yeah, I loved it. I did not know Charles. Back to Charles, I didn't know he had a cane with his wife
Jill
Jill
Ireland.
Ireland's ashes in it. Like,
Yeah.
wow, and like I loved her. Yeah, I remember the story was he was working with her husband on a movie, and he said, "I'm going to steal your wife," and fucking guy, he fucking
He
stole
did.
his
He
wife.
did.
It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
I love all the Death Wish movies. I love them all.
Yeah,
Like, I love those movies.
Same here.
Yeah,
Oh man, I
never
remember
get tired.
Siskel and Ebert. They did not like Death Wish 3, and like, yeah, there's a scene where there's a gunfight, and guy says, "I got to go home. I'm out of ammo," or something. Like, sure enough, yeah, that's a guy goes home during a gunfight. That's
Some of them are bad. I mean, which is the one with the gangs with? Is Alex? No, Alex Winter's in one of them, isn't he? Is it Alex Winter? Who's?
maybe. I remember the guy from Full Metal Jacket, a blonde guy. He actually just died a few months ago. I remember him, but I think Alex.
Maybe it's not Alex Winter.
It's probably in 3 or 4. He's got to be in 3 or 4.
The one where he's avenging his friend in the war gets killed in the blown out kind of. They're all living in fear in this building run by the gangs
That's
in New
probably
York.
3.
That's 3, and one of the young punks.
That's probably. I think it's 3 with Alex Winter.
I think it might.
Brian looks like he's looking it up. Brian, look it up,
You
please.
looking it up? Oh, Brian's the guy.
But
Find our
like
researcher.
and Charles Bronson's girl's doing like the monologue. Like, oh, she's doing a monologue. She's gonna die in the next scene, and she's dead.
And she's dead. Yeah.
I miss those Golden Globus movies, folks. Oh my god, the Cannon movies were just a staple of the '80s, and man, great time to grow up.
Mhm.
A lot of Jamie Good movies from the Cannon group. A lot of Chuck Norris and Charles Bronson movies. They're not Jamie Good. They're just
I can't.
they're fun.
I
They're
can't,
fun.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
Let's see which movie is it. I'll tell you which. Maybe it's not Alex Winter. Maybe I'm thinking.
There was somebody notable.
Yes,
I remember
playing one of the kids, right? You're right.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause I just watched it last year.
Alex Winter.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Alex Winter.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Let's see. Yeah.
Do you, Scott? Do you like? Because I mean, I've seen some of your pictures that you've posted all throughout Instagram of like pictures of you as celebrities when you were younger.
Ooh.
Did you ever get into collecting like autographs and stuff, or you just mainly the meeting? of
I
celebrities?
did actually. I have it here. This is most of my autograph. This here.
Oh, that's
this
cute.
this is obviously not the way you guys would store things. I know, like it's a lot of a ton of hockey players, like a ton of hockey players, but a lot of whatever. Toronto's very like my friends and I when we were like 12, we started going downtown. Right, it's just that's how it was when you back in the 80s and stuff. You had to go downtown, and so we'd go to where we knew celebrities would be, and so I have tons of pictures from those times and just going to meet them and yeah, I loved it. And then I still now if I meet a celebrity, I'm more about the picture. I just like, yeah, let's get a picture, because I know myself. Like I'm very like, look at this. Like I've got like this a really cool M&M collect. I'm a big M&M fan. I got this really cool M&M collectible thing right here. It's a fucking torn. I don't take care of my shit. But like I'm not like I know you guys are really into all like really precise with that, and I'm bad at stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a few 5 years ago,
busy.
yeah. Pardon?
You're also busy.
Well, it's that, but also 5 years ago when we had to clean out this house, there was water damage. So this is my childhood home. So there was a lot of stuff was ruined. So a lot
Brian
of
feels your pain.
yeah, so a lot of stuff was gone of mine, my parents, and that was stored here because I didn't live, it was stored here. And then I just realized I was like, man, a lot of stuff it's gone forever. So then I just didn't start collecting stuff. But now people send me stuff. I don't ask for anything, but some people have sent me some stuff like cool Funko Pops and things.
That's cool.
And I would get it signed if I could, but yeah, this is like my main, I guess my biggest. Well, there's. I don't know where I put it now. See, I'm so bad. It should be right here. Oh my god. Oh, here. My most cherished item is George Michael autographed Listen Without
Oh
Breath.
wow, very
Yeah.
cool.
My pictures with him, they got ruined, which sucks.
Sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. But I got my picture with John Candy and Bono still and Madonna.
Nice. Oh, I love John Candy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would have loved to have met him. Like,
That was a trip. Yeah.
yeah,
So-
that is so cool.
Did it a month before he died.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That was he still filming Canadian Bacon, or was that completed?
He'd come back to Toronto to do what's the musical that they're all in the 70s. All the SCTV guys were in Hello.
I should know that.
Yeah.
I was at it. I went to it. It's how they all met. It's how SCTV came about.
One of the few
They were
shows we've watched as a family together when I was growing up.
They did a SCTV musical 70. It was, you're gonna know, it's this I can't believe I can't remember. Godspell.
No,
Sorry, Godspell.
Don't
Day
recall it.
by day. You don't, hello, no musical
No.
theater kids. Okay, that's
No.
cool. So I don't know anything about that. But yeah, so they were all he flew in from wherever they were filming Wagons East.
Wagons. Maybe that was the last.
Oh no,
movie.
no, the wagon. Wait,
Maybe
yeah,
that
the
was the last movie he did.
he died on the set of Wagons East, wasn't it?
Wagons East. Okay, with who was it? That John C. McGinley.
Isn't that Matthew Perry too? No.
I haven't seen that
No.
movie in a couple decades. But okay,
I don't
moving
even know
on.
if
Oh,
I've seen it.
Matthew Perry was with Chris Farley. Well, whatever. John can't. I don't know. That's what he said. He said, I just flew in from wherever. He was there for gospel. That whole night was cool. Martin Short, Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy.
Comedy legends.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild.
Oh, I delivered a. What did I? I delivered a nomination to Eugene Levy a couple months ago. And he was
Did he answer the
not
door?
answer the door. But ninth floor, right in Santa Monica. Like, what? This is where you are? Is this a hotel? Or I didn't know what kind of building it was, but like, this is really. He lives
Did
right.
he answer the door when you delivered it?
No, he didn't answer. But I got a picture of his door with his nomination bag there. Like, yeah, he's
That's
about a
cool.
mile from Jamie Lee Curtis, who was there when
I remember she called you sweet boy, didn't she?
she did. It's like, you're not going to be calling me this in a couple of weeks when you make that appearance at that place you're going to be at.
So let me ask you the questions I want to ask about Demented Forever and everything. So when you go get autograph, because you work with Sean, so you get to meet a lot of celebrities yourself.
I do get to meet some celebrities.
But you also go line up outside of places. You're like one of those guys that you see. In the big
I
groups.
rarely do that now. I've gone out 4 times this year, and I'm 1 for 4. Unfortunately, I dropped the ball last week. I was trying to get William Atherton. He is the bad guy. He's the douchebag from Ghostbusters. He's the douchebag from Real Genius, one of Val Kilmer's first movies.
Mhm.
And he's the douchebag reporter in Die Hard. And
Oh,
he was
wow.
just at the
Yeah.
Academy Theater. And when you graph, your head has got to be on a swivel. You got to watch the entrance, where they're dropped off, where they go in, where they might be coming out.
Yeah.
And so my head was on a swivel, and then my girl's texting me and was like, just trying not to ignore, but you can't,
And then you miss him just by looking at a text.
you can't look at your phone. You got to
Oh,
be
man.
and then I look up, and then like he's with the security guy, just the two of them walking away, and it's like, oh, and I had these headphones on. I was listening to music too, and like turn them, take them off, and I get the pen out, and then I just flick it out, and it just gets paint on my figure that I wanted signed. I had his Ghostbusters figure, and like I'm not chasing him. I was like, so I just went home.
So do any of you guys? So you all collect the autographs and get so when you talk about getting figurines signed, are you talking about the packaging, or do you sometimes actually get them to sign the figurines? The
Package.
Package.
package only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I told somebody that you guys actually get some of the say this is Kurt Cobain. Say like you would get that sign, but no, the packaging only, right?
Yes, that
Yeah.
rare exception. One second.
I mean, most of it's going to be like the packaging, like the plastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. But then somebody, I think you said something. And I was like, oh, maybe they sometimes get the actual
No.
figure sign.
My buddy bought a bunch of sharks, and he had Henry Winkler sign them because the term "jump the shark" comes from
Yeah.
Happy Days. So
Mhm.
this is one of the few like actual figurines, or whatever you want to call it, that I actually that he had Henry sign a bunch of them, and I just bought one off of him. But I never get the figures signed.
Who came up with the phrase "jump the shark"? Do you know?
Geez, that was you and I were. Well, I was just a wee lad. I don't know
No,
if
we
you were
weren't.
born.
No, we
when that
weren't. Well, we were young, but
It was early '80s, but I do not recall.
No,
who
was
came up
it?
with that.
it was
Yeah,
it was 90s, dude. It's what's his name? Hein from Howard Stern Show. He wrote the book. He came up with the phrase "jump the shark."
Well, the Jump the Shark episode was from the '80s, and I guess the term didn't come
the
up.
term.
until
Oh, I'm
the
sorry. Yeah,
90s,
the term to mean when a show,
when the show is past its prime, but it's still on.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, the guy, whoever, I forget his name, something Hein. Hit him with the Hein, Howard Stern Show. So, Brian, what's your favorite? Who do you have? What's your biggest thing? You're the Lost Boys guy, right? Like
I am the Lost Boys guy. Yeah,
sleep all day, party all night,
that's it.
never old, never die. It's fun.
That's all I know.
oh man,
Truth, justice, and the American way. That's all I know.
love that movie.
Yeah. Have you guys done those? I've done all those locations, which is pretty crazy. You guys
We've done the bridge.
Yeah.
That's
And,
really the only Lost
me and-
Boys one that we've
Me and
done.
Pat were in the cave. We didn't.
Yeah, you
Oh
guys-
yeah, the cave.
Yeah,
The cave. I forgot about that.
And I didn't know that Mel Gibson's trailer was out here, and Lethal Weapon 2, one of my favorite action movies. Like, wow,
that cave is wild. That's really cool.
I was
wanna go back.
scared though of like climbing up that one side because all the rocks and then coming down.
Yeah, you
I
can't
was
go at high tide.
scared. Yeah. I was-
and we got there just as the tide was coming in.
Yeah, you got to be really careful because you can't get out. I mean, you're screwed. But
Yeah.
normally you can just hop right over and get in. But it's really cool.
But yeah, I
It's
got to
very-
go back. I don't know who was Jamie. Who was with us? Was that my
It
ex
was-
with us?
No, it was Andrea. Andrea, you, me, and Pat.
Gotcha.
Sweet Andrea.
Santa Cruz is pretty crazy. If
Got to
you
go
guys
there.
know.
The comic book shop. I heard is that gone now?
It's the comic book shop. Yeah, it's gone. There's a different location. It's in my video. You know what? They explained to me, and then I went to the other location. So I think I filmed the original location, and then I got to the new location of it. They had a bunch of Lost Boys stuff on display. I think they had one of the jackets, maybe one of not the Lost Boys, one of Corey's jackets or something.
That which one, Feldman or Haim?
I
Let's
wasn't.
see.
It probably would have been.
Oh, it would have been Feldman's because he worked at the shop. That's right. Man, that Haim had the weirdest costumes in that movie.
Yes, he did. He did. And we'll talk off camera because I got the hookup for a couple.
Yeah, I want to ask about that.
What do you want to ask?
Sean said you're really good friends with Haim's mother.
Oh yes, Judy. Yeah. Corey grew up just down the street from me. Like it's crazy. Like it's really weird. Like he's a little older than me. So I didn't. But he was lit. Like I knew who he was, and I was like, "What? Are you serious? Corey Haim lives up the street." So my sister went to school with his sister Carrie, who I became friends with, and so I'm became quite close with the Haim family. They're sweet. They're very there's no other way to put it other than they're very normal and very North York, which is where I am in Toronto. They're very North Yorkian, very suburban Toronto. There's a shared experience, and Corey was like that too. Corey, when he came back from LA, came right back to this area. And
well, you Canadians are just nice. That's why
Yeah,
I love those Canadian girls, because they're just so much nicer and so much down to earth.
and yeah, the Haim family is very, very, very sweet. They're so nice, and so. But yeah, there's a couple of items that you might be interested in.
Coolness. And you did the license to drive locations. You had a guest on, and Jamie loves that movie.
Who doesn't? How do you
Get
not know?
out of my dreams.
Oh, Heather Graham.
Get
Oh, I fell in love with
into
Heather
my
Graham that
car.
year. Same year I was learning to drive, and
Yeah, it's a great.
I mean, but Jamie loves that movie, not me. So,
Oh,
how many?
I love that movie. I loved the Coreys. You know
I'm
what
trying
I
to
mean?
stay cool, Jamie. That's why I'm throwing it on you.
Oh, I
Pick
loved.
it up,
I
pick up
thought
on
Hey,
they
it.
were.
I don't
When I
care.
was a
I
kid,
love
I
it.
thought they were the coolest. I mean, I thought Corey. I've told Judy that Corey's mom this a million times that she knows. Like, I was like, he was my idol. Like, I wanted to be an actor, and all of a sudden, there's this guy that's, left the street from me that actually was in every movie. Like I was going to see, and all this stuff. And then it turns out we myself and Corey's sister, who we had some mutual friends, from through my sister, and then somebody new, and then just got, and so they've been on Carrie's been on my channel a couple times, and maybe Judy one time.
What's Scott's sister on tape? What's her YouTube channel?
She enjoys getting requests from viewers. Like she's like, I don't know who you are. She's like, Scott, should I accept this viewer? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, well, nice. I don't know.
Cool. It's just some random stuff I wrote down. How many locations do you think are just gone now these days? Is that? I mean, that's just a dumb question because they're just disappearing
They
by
are.
the week out here.
Yeah.
What
Out
are
in
your,
LA,
some of your-
especially.
yeah. So what are some of your favorite ones that you would have? Oh, what are some of your favorite sites that you would have loved to have shot at that are gone?
You know what? To be honest, what one of the biggest ones for me that I was really upset that I didn't do. It's not a horror movie, but Scrubs. I don't know if you ever watched
The hospital.
Scrubs. The hospital, right? Secret Heart. It's right near.
Loved that show.
It's guys know where it is, on North Hollywood Way, I think, or somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
And I was always going to do it, but then they tore it down the year the second time I went out. They tore it down. So
I went off the air. What? 08?
They did a whole walk around. It was abandoned, and I was like, "This is gonna be so awesome," and then it was gone. So I was really pissed about that. But in terms of other ones, I mean, there's a couple from. There's a couple from 8 Mile that I've done all locations for 8 Mile, which is in like one of my favorite movies. And there's a couple locations I can't get into. They're very, very hard. Like they're abandoned, but Detroit don't mess around with abandoned stuff. Like some stuff you can't get in, other stuff they're like, yeah, go on in. Like some stuff is very secure, and those two locations are very secure. So there are some places I want to.
Wow. But by the way, just great job on your channel.
Well, thank you.
Scott does his research, folks. Do your research. I lose a lot of arguments with Erin because she does her research. She goes back to the podcast. Oh, on the podcast you said this, and so you're wrong. You lose. But Scott does his extensive research, and he's got a plethora of videos. Check him out, Scott on Tape. Geez.
Well,
you would still make mistakes. I make mistake probably at least once a video. Like I'm like, oh shit.
You're in good company then.
Make a mistake.
it happens.
It happens. It happens,
Yeah.
and like there's new information comes out. Something I just filmed. I got back. I was like, how did this something develop in a week? Like a 30-year-old case, like a true crime one. So I had to put in a whole different voiceover. But that's cool.
Well, I do have to admit that I was kind of jealous of you when you went to the Corey Feldman show, the Corey Feldman concert. me and
2 out of 3 people on this podcast absolutely love Corey Feldman and his.
Oh yeah, we love Essential Millennium, man.
Well,
That's right.
3 out of 4
Yes.
on this one.
Yes,
Comeback kid. I mean, if you want to do an hour and a half next time on the day I hung out, the 2 days I hung out with Feldman, we can do that because it was
Okay, I would sit in for that.
it was absolutely insane.
that was so cool when I saw that. I told Pat, I was like, oh my gosh, you have to tell Scott that I'm super jealous of him right now because I would love to go to Corey Feldman show,
Well, it was crazy. I mean, to see that, like, because I was on stage, right? If you saw my videos,
yeah.
So I'm filming really close. It's 20,000 people but this is early.
Who were they there for?
they're there for Limp Bizkit. 20,000. There was about 1,000 at this point early, and then so I was filming Corey, you know, and whatever, and then I put down the camera because I was like, okay, I filmed enough. And then Justin, who was Corey's tour manager, cut to me just out of the blue and goes, keep filming, Scott. And I was like, why? He goes, Durst is about to come out. And I said, oh, cool, okay. So I saw Fred Durst again, so I started filming him. And then he went and sat down and said, let me see you do this real solo. So I filmed that video, and then I was talking in between acts with my friends over there. I was like, maybe I should put this on Instagram now. Do you think? They were like, yeah. I was like, do you think people want to see that? They're like, yeah. Like, I don't know. I was like, okay, I'll put it up now. 7 million fucking views. Like, it was on Rolling Stone and all this stuff. And like, I was like, what?
You better follow that motherfucker around.
You know, but it was the credit to Justin to tell me to film it, because I would have been just watch it and be cool. And then my friends were saying, yeah, upload it. So you know, rely on your friends' advice.
Scott, what do you film with? Do you use a phone or a camera? How do you record your videos?
I use a couple of different cameras. Mostly I do everything with an iPhone. And I'll tell you the main reason I do that. This is something that I explain to. If you want to get into places, you know, that necessarily maybe like a filming location where they've rented this place out before to be a filming location, or if you want to go to some place that's maybe a little more discreet, or if you want to be yourself discreet, if you go in with a camera on a job, where's my okay, on it with let's pretend this knife is a gimbal. If you go in with a camera on a gimbal, you know, people think right away, oh, this is professional. This is, you know, and I'm a professional, but they think, oh, this is professional. This is, you know, right away. They're freaked out by it.
Budget.
They want money for it, or they're not going to allow you to film.
Gotcha. So you just carried your phone around last, you were in, was it Missouri with, when you saw the dead body in that museum? Yep.
I had my phone, and then they let me film, but I was in Venice Beach in about 2018, and I had a Canon, forget the name of the camera, and I had it on I thought I was, you know, I was like YouTubing. This is what I do. So I was walking through Venice Beach with a big thing, filming myself, and everybody, like all the people selling shit, they were yelling at me every time I pointed the camera at them. They would yell, say, don't film me, man, don't film me. And I was getting frustrated. So I went back to my car, and I was like, well, that's it for that video. Like, I can't film anything. I want to do a whole walkthrough of Venice Beach. Then I just was like, well, maybe I'll film it with my phone, whatever it was in 2018, iPhone 4. I don't know. I took my phone out, went down, and nobody said a word. And right then, it was like a light bulb went off. I was like, oh, nobody's afraid when they see this. Yeah. They're just afraid when they see the big gimbal, you know, and they see the giant camera, and somebody holding a fucking light above you, and another guy with a boom mic, you know, something like that. Yeah. So I prefer just. It's easier with Apple products and stuff.
Well, all right.
Well, yeah, that's perfect. You said you're going to be in California in late May.
Hey, just in time for Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we maybe else. You're not working it, right, Mike?
Not scheduled. Sean's only got a couple people there, and he's already got people with them. Oh, Carla Gugino and Malin Ackerman, just two gorgeous and incredibly nice actresses. Malin Ackerman, The Watchmen, and Carla Gugino, and Carla, Sin City, Troop Beverly Hills, ton of stuff. Both great ladies.
And Malin, Canadian.
Really, I thought she was Swedish.
No, she's Canadian.
Well, she's very, very cool, very nice. I've met her a couple of times. Carla just once, but they both signed my my Watchmen figures, and nice. Carla's on my Sin City poster that Jessica Alba personalized to somebody named Richard. She never said a word to me. She just signed Richard and circled it. Then
so let me ask. So I'll ask Brian, because Brian, I want to hear you talk. Because first of all, I got a million questions about the wrestling. But
oh yeah,
I've watched some of your matches. It's crazy, Brian Bayside.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
Rub his belly.
That's your move.
Yeah, it was.
You have a move.
Yeah, it was cool last night being at like that random event, because I had we had 5 people that walked out to me and were like, Brian Bayside, can I have a picture? I was like, yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, you're doing it, man. Like, I mean, that's crazy. My friend Nasty Nick Nolan, He was in my Teen Witch video. And he's the one that got me inside Michael Jackson's mausoleum. He was a viewer and he was writing to me all the time. I didn't believe him that he could get me in. And then finally I looked at his profile. I was like, okay, this guy looks normal. You know, he's like a young dude from New York. I was like, okay, maybe he's he doesn't look crazy. We met up. He got me into Michael Jackson's mausoleum because of who we knew. And then we were talking on the street. We filmed a few videos together. We became really good friends. I said, so what do you want to do? He goes, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. I was like, what? You know, he's bigger than me, but he wasn't big. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're going to be a pro wrestler. He's like, yeah, I'm going to Iowa to train at wherever you train in Iowa. Somebody's big, some big wrestler. Dude, he went to fucking Iowa, trained for 2 years. He's the size of Hulk Hogan now with like the big muscle, like huge. And he's scary as hell looking. Awesome. And then and he's a bad guy. And then we text. He's like, "Hey, I love you, man." I'm like, "I love you too. You're so scary." But it's crazy. That's crazy what you do. It takes balls.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm on my way out from it. Anyway.
But I've seen your outfits, so I know you have balls because they're very tight.
Yes, yes. On purpose. It's on purpose.
Yeah. So
it's selling the t-shirts.
But do you like it? Do you enjoy doing that?
I do. I did it. I've done it like off and on for like throughout my life, but like I started going like really hard with it for like the last like year and a half, but I'm fizzling out. Why? It beats the shit out of my body.
Really?
It's getting a little tough.
Is it the physical part of it?
Yeah. It's like the recovery time sucks.
Because I mean, you guys are doing acrobatic things, like where you're flipping around.
Yeah.
I look.
You're getting thrown through doors and.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And those are freaking real doors and real tables that he's falling on.
It's like they're not pre-cut or anything like that. It's like I'm going through it. Yeah.
I mean, it's tough when you see your friend do it, and it's harder when you're not there in person to see him in pain.
Yeah, he got really hurt. He got really hurt on that one.
My vocal cords were bruised. Crazy. They were damaged. I couldn't talk for a week and a half. My throat was swollen.
Are you really in pain there?
How did you order beer?
It's a mix, but yeah.
That's
wow.
I think it's gonna be my new screensaver.
That's a typical Friday night for Brian.
That's it. Just doing cartwheels, man.
You should have seen where his hands were, folks who were listening.
How long have you been doing it for?
I say consistently like 2 years, but like off and on like 15. But it's been super. Like I started when I was really young.
Yeah.
I trained when I was 15. Like at like a big like reputable school. Like I did a lot of stuff, and then when I was like 18, I started going all around the country like wrestling hard, and then I just didn't like it anymore. I think it's because I was going through high school, going through all that shit. I just like people didn't think it was cool, so I think I was just joined with the conformity train, and then I just stopped.
Yeah, high school was really tough in his 20s too, so he was very stressed out.
Yeah. So anyway, so I stopped, and then when I moved back to California, it's when I rehooked up with this guy Paul London, who used to wrestle in WWE, and then I started training with him again. And then when I was like doing the movie thing, and then I was messing around with him doing stuff, and then when I moved back to Boston, and then I just took a couple more years off, and then just started going again. So it's been very like off and on, very inconsistent. But like I've never done as well as I have until this last year. Mm-hmm. Like I've been getting like booked everywhere, like every state. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think a lot of your listeners and viewers don't know like the three of you have such varied backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like you're a film director, wrestler, Jamie, singer. Like a lot of people probably just hear Jamie music, but they don't know
like restraining order. But
like the most in the region.
What most in the region?
Restraining orders.
Oh no, Mike, you have talent too. That's
what you want to call it.
No, you do. No, Mike. We talk. What I've talked about, Jamie. What we're gonna do, but you've got. I mean, for one thing, your encyclopedic mind. Like, I mean, like with you all do with the names of these actors. Like, it's fucking insane how you remember some of them. Like, who played Crazy Ralph? What's his name?
Walt Gorney.
Walt Gorney.
Okay. Who was the girl that in the first girl to be killed in Fire 13?
Deborah Foreman.
Okay.
She's a realtor over in the OC.
See, that's
very nice.
That's pretty impressive. And you know all the stuff.
She's the second victim, but the first female in the whole franchise.
Right.
And she is supposed to be at the Friday the 13th convention in
Do people
August.
count the first two counselors as the first two victims, or they always kind of say Deborah Foreman is the first victim, but there's the first two upstairs, right?
Well, she's the second one. She's she don't technically see these two get killed. You see the after effects. The guy, he falls down with blood on his stomach, and she's a freeze frame. They loved doing that in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, such a cop out in the 70s. They would freeze the frame, they'd go to black, and then they'd have the dialogue, and they'd say, "This is what happens." Like, fucking show it, you bastards. And sat through this shit for 2 hours. But okay. Technically, Robbie Morgan is like, you actually see her get killed. She's the third victim, but the first one in like the present time of the Friday.
Wait,
And
wait,
she
so
was so
what-
damn sweet.
Who's the one that crazy Ralph talks to on the street? Isn't that Deborah Foreman?
No, that's Robbie Morgan.
Oh, so Deborah Foreman's the one, the counselor upstairs.
She's the counselor.
Oh, okay. So
So you don't technically, I think they freeze
Right.
frame.
okay, so I was talking about the third. You're all doomed. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
Okay,
Robbie
well,
Morgan,
you'll
and then she gets
Okay.
killed in the woods because she's
Yeah.
actually like sitting next to the killer,
Yeah.
and she was sweet. She's never even watched a horror movie. The one time I met her, they flew her in from New York to the not the Arrow, the New Art. It's in Santa Monica, or it's on Santa Monica Boulevard in West LA, and so sweet. But yeah, she doesn't like horror. She left after, right before they started the movie. She's never watched a horror movie, but I made sure to get my shit signed, and she signed everything for anybody who wanted one. But damn, and she looked great. She's aged very well, very nice. So technically, she's kind of the first kill because like they show her getting her neck slit.
Yeah.
Savini effects, and
Right.
technically the third victim, but she could be counted as the first.
Right. That's always kind of right. And it'd be cool to find that exact tree, which I know people have looked for, but they don't.
Well, if it was a peeping tree, I could help you out. Apparently.
And then there is also another one of Mike's talents is when you think the story that he's telling is over, there's more.
There's more, but
And then when
Brian's
you
slacking on the plane.
and then all of a sudden he'll be like, and not many people know the hot dog was invented in Indiana. And then it's like, well, how do we get from movies to hot dogs being
Unfortunately,
invented?
Brian doesn't know you have to eat hot dogs. You don't insert them in certain orifices of your body that are below the neck.
And Brian with the playoff music.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. But that was brilliant
It's
and
coming in
smart
soon.
and wise.
I thought
So-
Brian did the playoff.
Well, it was Jamie's idea, or actually,
Right.
whose idea was
Well,
it?
it was actually
no,
technically
it was
Vinyl
Vinyl Steve's wife.
It's
Oh, I
Deanna.
love Deanna. Oh yeah,
She's
'Cause,
great.
yeah, she should actually do that for Steve when he's drunk and just that guy rambles. Fucking rambles. That guy rambles. You'll see.
And I just want to thank my manager, my whole management team.
Yeah, and Scott
Yeah.
on Tate because he's Canadian.
Well, I gotta say, because Jamie, I was told you this because Mike, we've met like 3 or 4 times in person, and you're very sweet and you're very quiet.
Sexy?
You're drop dead sexy, not just sexy.
That's what I
Boner
told you.
alert, big time. But no,
Yeah.
and
Mike-
then when Jamie told me about the podcast, I was like, this can't be Mike. That I, remember we hung out at Pat's birthday. We met at one of my meetups at the Roosevelt a few times.
Loved it. And
You're
are you
very
going to have another
quiet,
meetup?
And all of a sudden, put a camera on you, and you're fucking Johnny Carson.
See, now you sound.
No, whiskey. It's not the
Oh,
camera.
No,
It's
no,
the
it's not the camera.
whiskey.
It's not the
Okay.
microphone. No, now
the
Aaron
whiskey.
gives me a lot of shit about that. You're quiet. You never talk to me, but you put a microphone in front of you. You talk. I don't. It's just like half of my teachers in high school said I talked to one of your teachers, and they said you talk in that class. You're so quiet in mine.
Yeah, I would have thought you were a mute. I don't know. Like you were
I
very.
get that a lot. I'm a Gemini, so
She was born without a tongue, Clark.
yeah. I don't know.
Miss that mic at times.
It's like,
Um,
yeah, it's either or, one or the other. It's just it's just a trying to find the balance. Like, okay, I can talk with these people, and these people, I'm just going to shut the hell up and listen. But it was great at the office because I've worked mostly with women in the offices, and then I just listen to what they say, and like I'm
There's
doing
a
everything
lot of
wrong.
human resources complaints, I bet. Wow.
Yeah. Oh well, the HR is later when you try to be nice, and but never mind.
Come on, Brian. I'm doing what you do. Come on.
Yeah.
get in.
But you're enunciating your R's. Knock it off, you bastard.
Humor is awesome.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm quiet, but this is the most talking I do during the week when we're on the podcast.
Right. Got it.
So I
That's
dig
why we have
Aaron,
the
but I
music.
don't like talking sometimes. It's just Yeah, and I'm just. Is that like a sonic cricket sound? What? I'm shocked you guys haven't played that when I make my funny statements.
Well, tonight
Brought to
we
you
kind
by Pineapple Jim Beam on sale. I paid $17 for this.
of we decided to kind of not add the music too much time because we had Scott on, so
Oh,
we
I love
figured
it.
we'd let you ramble.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I
it's
would,
no
I would
ramble.
if you have me on again, I would love to come on, and you don't have to ask me anything about my channel. Just say, Scott on Tape, and then I'll just listen to you guys all talking.
We did not hear that. Scott on Tape on Instagram. Is
I
that on?
want to
Are
be
you on
part of
TikTok?
it, but just
Great,
listen.
you can replace Mike. Great.
Yeah. With somebody
I
like
can't. He knows too much. I'm telling you. And I like Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, and I love the Friday 13th 2009. That's in my top 4.
That's a good reboot.
Well, I like
Eric
that
Mears
one.
is a great Jason. I missed that guy.
Yeah, I
I
like
haven't
that
seen
one.
it much.
I wanted to love the Elm Street reboot. I wanted to love it because
tell you
I
what.
love
I can't
Elm
believe
Street.
Jamie didn't like something. That's so odd.
And
Something means Jamie
it-
did not like something that was horrible. What is
it's
up
not
with
even
that?
it's not even that it was just boring.
It was boring. It was a boring piece of shit.
A lot of people don't know that the
If
2000
Brian was a movie, it would be Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
the Friday 13th reboot was actually filmed at a boys' camp as well. A lot of people don't know that in Texas. So when I was in Texas the first time, I was like, I got to do 2009 because I love it.
It's a good reboot.
So,
Probably the best of the reboots.
we went out and the guy was like, absolutely not. He goes, this is a working camp, and da 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 da. I said, the kids are in camp in January. He goes, no. But he goes, they never go for it. They never go for it. I was like, oh, really? He goes, yes. So I said, man, that was dumb of me. And he goes, what? I said, well, I flew all the way here from Toronto thinking I could just walk on. Thinking I'm so stupid. I was pure acting. I was like, I thought I could
acting.
My friend Adam from Austin, we drove up to the camp, but we had planned to do all location. He's like, really? You came all the way from Canada for this? I was like, yeah, this is like my dream. I can't believe I didn't call ahead. I didn't think about it. And he goes, hold on a second. And he went in the little office, come back on. He goes, can you be back here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or whatever time? I was like, sure. He goes, all right, I'll take you around. So he took us around. Yeah, really sweet. Took us in his pickup. Found all the locations, and the dock the bridge they run across back and forth. Do you remember him, the hero and his sister?
Yep.
Yeah, that dock. We couldn't find it, and then we were like, "Well, this looks like where it would be." He's like, "I don't know, I don't remember." He was there when they found it, and then I peered into the pond because it's a big giant lake, and then a pond, and I looked at the pond. I said, "There it is." So it's all submerged underwater, all broke apart and fell.
Man.
That was really cool.
Did you get a piece of that?
No, I got the piece of the dock from Friday 13th Part 3, which Jamie has too.
Apparently, I was supposed to get a piece of that, but
I have it here. I'll bring it. Tell
I
it.
know, Pat. Still waiting there. When did you shoot that? That was like 5 fucking years ago.
That was about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, that was difficult to get there, but difficult to get on.
Yeah, I was happy because like nobody's been there except Scott on Tape, pretty much. And you did mention you want to go back, and you said you might think of your buddy there, Mike the Bagman.
Yeah, man. If you want to go, I'll talk to Danny. Danny's the one that owns it.
You just keep that fucking mountain lion away from us. And
oh man, that was no joke, man. That was scary as hell.
Oh, you've heard gunshots during your videos. You've heard fucking mountain lions close by roaring, doing their warning roar, and
he was right there in front of me. Had the snakes, and the guy, Danny, who owns it, is great. But he was like, "Okay, I'll see you in about an hour." And then I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Don't worry." He goes, "There is a crazy mountain lion, but we hung up the meat last night, and he seemed to like that, so he shouldn't bother you." And I was like, "What?" And then I said, "What?" There's a mountain lion that's troublesome. He keeps coming around. He goes, "Oh, and by the way, when you open the barn door," he goes, "take a step back because the snakes might come right to the door when they see the light." I said, "What kind of snakes?" He's like, "Rattlesnakes." I was like, Where you leave? What's happening?" And then he literally got in his car and then drove. It's huge.
Yeah, you said it was he was very far away. I did not realize how big
it would have
this
been a
property
5-minute. It would have been a slow 5-minute death for me if I was killed. Like he was a 5-minute drive away at least. Yeah.
Jeez, that's huge. And
so let's go.
They haven't started building that house yet, last I heard. But I
No,
hope
I don't. To be honest, I don't think they're going to.
bummer.
I don't think so. I think it's something he wants to do. They want to rebuild it, but I mean, it's what do
See
they?
it.
I don't think they filmed anything out there since. Really,
That's too bad. Folks, there is a documentary on the Friday the 13th. They filming locations, part 3, and they actually say what happened. Like, I think some trespassers thought the
Kids.
fireplace was real, and they
Yep.
started a fire in the fireplace and burned down the damn house.
it's the
They
same.
burned down history.
They snuck over the fence and the back came down. That's what they figured because it's really far. The barn is really because I used to look it up all the time on Google trying to find where the barn is. It's nowhere near the main road. It's a couple of miles toward the mountains, and so they think they came down through the mountains just to party, and they got to the house. Same thing with Eminem's house on Dresden, on the cover of the Marshall Mathers LP. A couple of kids went inside, partied, lit a fire. They didn't do it on purpose, and they burned the fucking house down.
Well then, yeah. All right. Oh, nothing like burning down history.
No.
But
That
unfortunately,
is-
we've seen a lot of that this year. But that was nature. But,
Yeah.
man, I look forward to more of your videos, Scott on Tape, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. What else are you on there? What about?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook group, but
Facebook
YouTube
group.
and Instagram are the two main
And
ones.
he actually really is this nice in person. It's partly Canadian, partly because he's Scott on to pay. And
He's awesome. He's great.
yeah.
If I'm met my husband, you know what I mean? He that's how
Allegedly.
I got to know him.
Why?
I met they like to
Sorry,
they
what?
like to mess with me. But that's how I got to know you. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited to
all right, Pat was useful for something.
Yeah,
Well-
Pat's another one. I mean, with the knowledge, it's crazy. The obsession with garbage pail kids makes me want to throw them off a cliff.
actually
time-
that's what I was gonna
Agreed.
say.
Too much.
Your next video should be Garbage Pail Kid movie.
That's all he talked about one time for like an hour. And I was like, shut up. Shut up. Stop
Jamie
it.
married a garbage pail kid.
Yeah.
Pathetic
As-
Pat.
And
You know?
he then we went to that mural he painted. I showed him a picture. He's like, yeah, I painted that mural. I'm like, what? Remember that? You know the one I'm talking about.
I
Yeah.
helped paint that.
You helped paint that too?
I helped fill in the colors. He
drew it. He drew
Pat
it.
drew it. He did an amazing job. I
insane.
like, let me do the Jason, and I do this just pathetic, and he fixed it up and made it look beautiful. Obviously, the best job he did on that mural was Batman, but the second was my favorite, Spider-Man. But the mural we're talking about is outside of a toy store called Blast from the Past in Burbank on Magnolia Avenue. Pat did a phenomenal job drawing all these characters, the Indiana Jones, Frankenstein, Jason,
Yeah.
Batman, Spider-Man, the
Darth
Stay
Vader.
Puffed Marshmallow Man, and Darth Vader. If you're ever in Burbank, check it out. A lot of people go there and get their pictures in front of it. It's a great feeling.
Oh, and you
Uh,
can hear Jamie. You can hear one of Jamie's songs in one of my videos. We argued about this recently, but and I was right, wasn't I, Jamie?
You were right. You were right.
Jamie graciously gave me one of her songs to use in a video. I said,
You sing?
I want to use it in a video. And then she said, it's too bad we were out for dinner a couple of months ago. She said, too bad you never used it. And I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did. She's like, then I was like, maybe I didn't. I'm so sorry. I was like, I think I did. She's like, no, you didn't. And then
I
checked.
watched that video, I swear, because I remember the case and everything. And
Maybe
so
you
I
tuned
was
yourself
I was
out.
familiar.
So it's the real life story of Alpha Dog, the Nicholas Markowitz
Oh.
story. For anyone listening, if you want to watch that video, it's halfway through the video when I'm walking to where they murdered the young boy in real life.
Is that at
Lizard
Vasquez
Rock.
Rocks?
No, it's Lizard Rock up near Santa Barbara.
Gotcha.
And that's Jamie's voice, beautiful voice you hear singing. And you got another one for me that I'm going to put up in a video soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that one again.
I'm
Yeah,
well, I'm
don't
working
flag
on
him this time.
I'm working on some new stuff for you. I just like the allergy thing. That's why I keep hitting my mute button. Because of the coughing. They make fun of me, but
Oh, I know. I've listened to every
I know, but-
episode. I know.
I can't help it. But also too, I just did a cover of Guitars and Cadillacs. It's a Dwight Yoakam song. It's going to be released the 29th of this month. April the 29th.
You sent it.
So,
You sent it to me. That's the one I listened to, right?
yeah.
Amazing.
And so,
Wow, we haven't heard it. Brian, have you heard that? I haven't heard that. Wow.
I have not.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
look
sent
at
it to you
that.
guys. You just don't listen. They don't listen to
Oh, that's
anything I
you say
send.
that all the time. That
I just wait till it's online, then I buy it. All right. So
yeah,
there you
we're
go.
gonna buy it, folks. If you you can purchase that on Spotify, iTunes. What did you say? The 29th of April.
Yes.
Yeah, please do that and give her a like. And in fact, give us a like. Give Scott on Tape
Thank
a
you.
like.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to Scott on Tape and Demented Forever Pod. We appreciate it. We thank you for listening. And I'm gonna stop talking now. Oh.
But well,
Aaron needs one of those.
Scott on
me.
Tape, it was great to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you so
and
much.
I'd love to
Yep.
have you back again.
You-
As many times as you're available. We love it.
I'll come back anytime you ask me.
We
Hell
love
yeah.
your channel. My one suggestion is making Scott on Tape beanies, because as you know, I wear beanies. So
Yep.
I would love to sport a Scott on Tape beanie. So if you could do that, I would love it.
We're
But yeah,
coming in like 2 weeks. I've always been very not going to do the, you know me, Jamie, in real life. I'm as much as I'm a dick and a funny and asshole loser, but I'm a,
Mike?
there's a part of me that's just like, I don't know if I was always like, am I a merchandise type of guy? But now I'm like, you know what?
yes.
I'm doing it myself, so why not?
Good,
It helps.
absolutely, and we would love it. And we will get you a Demented Forever T-shirt.
I would love that. Love that.
So, but So as Mike said, give us a follow on all the social media platforms. Follow Scott on Tape on YouTube, Instagram. He's got a Facebook group. So Scott
One
on
hell
Tape.
of a library. Watch him.
Yes,
Thanks,
yes.
guys.
You will be
Thanks
set
so much.
for a long time, but he makes great content, and I'm super excited. So thank you again for hanging out with us for a little bit.
Thank you for
and,
having me, guys.
I look forward to seeing you in a couple of months in real life.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
You got
until
some
then,
big com-
Scott's awesome. He smells like maple syrup.
That's my cologne.
I know. Calvin
Maple
Klein.
syrup by Calvin Klein.
oh man.
Tape by Scott.
It smells like Scotch tape.
Until then, my friends, just stay demented.
Fuck you, Brian.
Nice.
And fuck you, Mike.
Oh.
It's got a death curse.